Take a moment to watch this moment, witnessed by millions across North America.
Millions of Americans flocking to the path of totality.
With all the excitement around the total solar eclipse this April, there was no way we were going to miss it. And as luck would have it, the path of totality was due to pass really close to our home airport in Ontario. Initially, I was thinking we'd watch the eclipse from the air. It would be a cool experience for me, and might get my wife a good view, even if low clouds hid the sun from the ground. But eventually, I decided that I wanted to be able to watch it as well, and so I planned to make the short 25-minute flight down to St. Catharines in the Niagara region, which was due to get over 3 minutes of totality.
Brad, I'm hoping it's going to clear up. I really, really am, because right now it's really cloudy.
Unfortunately, the day of the eclipse dawned cloudy and gray, with overcast and broken layers of cloud all through southern Ontario. So I started to look further afield, and it turned out that the further east you looked, the better the weather. Eventually, we settled on Cornwall, Ontario, which is a small city, about a 90-minute flight in my Sierra.
Bravo, contact ground, dew point -1, altimeter 3010, approach our nav runway 12, landing and departing runway 12, inform ATC that you have information hotel. Oshawa Information Hotel, weather at 1600 Zulu, wind 130, at 7, visibility 9 miles. Ceiling 3000 overcast, temperature 10, dew point -1.
Oshawa Tower, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, holding short 12, ready for takeoff.
Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey Tower, line up and wait for runway 12.
Line up and wait, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey Tower, traffic in the climb out will be in the left-hand circuit, left turn eastbound for you, wind 100 at 10, clear takeoff runway 12.
Left turn eastbound, clear takeoff 12, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey. A's and B's are good, manifold pressure, RPM's good, airspeed's alive. And lift. You're up.
Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, leaving my airspace will terminate surveillance with Toronto Center this time. If you want further flight following, contact Trenton Terminal, it's 1284. And if you check on with them, tell them what your transponder code is.
Copy that, thanks. Over to Trenton. Have a good day, Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey.
Good day.
So the eclipse is a few minutes later here because it's so far east. So we should have plenty of time. And I called earlier and the guy was like, we've only had 2 people call asking to fly in, so no special procedures, just come on over.
It looks like it's lightning up here already.
Yeah. Problem is, it's still like, it's not blue. There's still high clouds, so, I mean, there's pockets of blue. Hopefully, it's supposed to get better past Kingston. So, fingers crossed. I mean, like, that's sort of the direction I think we all ultimately are going to go. It's looking better over there.
You said Cornwall or Brockville?
Well, we're going to fly over Brockville. If it looks good, like if we're well in the clear before we get to Brockville,
Then we'll land there.
then we'll land there. Otherwise, we'll go on to Cornwall.
We're chasing totality, though.
We are chasing totality. We were planning to go down to St. Catharines, which is in the Niagara region, which is in the middle of the path of totality. But unfortunately, the clouds came in, and it's forecast to be overcast there until after totality ends. So we decided to head east. We're going towards Brockville and Cornwall, which are kind of in the eastern pocket of Ontario, just before you get to Quebec. It's supposed to be a lot better there. We're going to fly over Brockville first, and if it looks good there, we'll stop. Otherwise, we'll go another 20 minutes to Cornwall, where it's supposed to be mostly clear with just some few scattered clouds up at 25,000 feet. So, fingers crossed, it'll be good there, and we'll get to see the eclipse.
But I do know what it feels like to be an executive now. Plane's warmed up, ready.
It wasn't warmed up. I should have warmed it up.
Well, now you know for next time.
And a red carpet rolled out for you. Little bottle of water already sitting here waiting for you.
Then I wouldn't have to spill the tea that I had. It would have been so much easier.
This is what it takes to get my wife to fly with me. I have to treat her like an executive on a chartered flight.
Makes up for all the drama that I stay silent for.
Drama. It's excitement. Adventure.
Yeah, that's what I look for at the end of the day.
As we were flying east, we kept an eye on the clouds to see how quickly they were clearing up. Our plan was that as soon as we got to wherever the skies were mostly clear, we'd land and watch the eclipse from there.
So that's the Kingston Airport right there. There's like a big open area. Alright, that's where we would have landed. You can see the runway right there. Right on that point, just after the little creek or river.
Yeah.
That's where we land, right? So it's still very cloudy here.
Yeah, I see that.
15 miles straight ahead of us. Right, and it's kind of patchy. What do you think?
I'll leave it up to you.
Because it's an extra 25 minutes to get to Cornwall. Yeah, let's do that. So it would suck to come all this way and not see it. Famous last words, we'll go all the way to Cornwall and still not see it.
As we passed Brockville, the sun came out enough that I needed to put my sunglasses on. Now, for those of you who fly or ride motorbikes or pretty much do anything that requires head or ear protection, I'd highly suggest checking out these Flying Eye sunglasses. They've got super thin and flexible arms designed to fit underneath headsets or inside a helmet without breaking the noise cancelling seals or hurting your ears. I've put a link to them in the description below. And if you use my code WINGSOVERTO, you'll get a 10% discount and I'll get a little something as well. Check them out.
Oh, traffic in the Ingleside area, Beach 24 Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, 2 miles southwest of the town at 3,500 feet, heading towards Cornwall. Ingleside area traffic. Cornwall traffic, Beach 24 Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, 5 miles west of the field, 2,700, descending to pattern altitude. We'll join direct left downwind for runway 28, full stop, Cornwall traffic. Cornwall traffic, Beach 24 Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, joining left downwind for runway 28, full stop.
Cornwall traffic, currently Golf Whiskey Charlie Zulu's 2.7 miles to the north of the field, going to cross over the field, join downwind for 28.
Cornwall traffic, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, turning final 28, full stop.
Cornwall traffic, Whiskey Charlie Zulu in the downwind for 28.
We'd made it to Cornwall shortly after the eclipse started, but with plenty of time before Totality to park and get set up. When I'd called earlier that morning to ask if they were expecting a lot of traffic, the airport manager had told me I was only the second person to call him to ask, so he expected it to be like any other day, and there were no special procedures in place.
Cornwall traffic, Golf Whiskey Charlie Zulu, turning base 28.
But by the time we landed, there were probably a dozen or more planes that had flown in for the eclipse, and their small ramp was already pretty full.
This is a downright eclipse viewing party. Woohoo!
Oh. Alright, does it look like, nope, no parking there.
I feel like I should have brought those half-moon Vachon cakes and had like a Pac-Man ornament on my head.
Any parking down here? Huh.
Park beside the red one?
I think I'll have to. It doesn't leave a lot of space for people to turn here for fuel.
Well, I don't think anybody's going anywhere
Cornwall
like
traffic,
this.
Golf Whiskey Charlie Zulu backtracking to the field bumps.
We squeezed into one of the last spots and got ready for, well, we didn't quite know what to expect. When we finally got out of the plane and got set up, the sun was about a quarter covered by the moon, but it was still fully as bright as day. But just 20 minutes later, the eclipse was at totality, and in just a matter of moments, it got as dark as dusk, with a strange tint to all the colors. We didn't get good photos of the eclipse itself, unfortunately, but it really was so much more intense than I expected.
Cornwall traffic, Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey on the roll, runway 28, westbound departure.
Another 30 minutes and we were back in Oscar heading home. It was a pretty uneventful flight, so I won't bore you with it, but there was one little incident that put me on edge. About half an hour into the flight, I happened to look at my iPad and I noticed a plane a mile to my left and converging with our flight path just 200 feet above us. I looked out my left window and sure enough there he was. He hadn't been making any radio calls, so I was quite surprised to see him so close, but he had ADSB out and thankfully I happened to look and see him there.
Prescott area traffic, Beach 24 Golf Charlie Foxtrot Whiskey, just north of the town, 4,400 feet, heading towards Oshawa.
But that didn't elicit any sort of response from him, so I quickly started a descent to get another 500 feet down, keeping an eye on him to make sure he wasn't descending as well. He ended up passing directly overhead us. I know they say no harm, no foul, but that was way too close for my comfort.
You just caught him out of the corner of your eye?
Yep.
Or you saw him on there?
Saw him on here and then looked out and there he was.
A lot of pilots don't like ADSB out, but I for one think the mandate here in Canada cannot come soon enough. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one, and in the meantime, fly safe.